Hi everybody, so we are back. We're going into sector 5, we're in the last sector, and we're done. After this, it's just cleaning up. So we have made really good progress because we're not even a week into Conquest at all, so to be done already is awesome. But I want to go through everything I've done in this feat, all the teams I've used, because I didn't necessarily use teams that totally double dipped, but I want to kind of go over all of the different things you can possibly use that aren't necessarily Galactic Legends. And then the final boss, which you can do depending on your team composition in one fight and get both feats. I had to do it in 2, but I will prove to you that you can do it in 1. So let's do this. Okay. So we've got all of our feats in Sector 5, so the most basic one, and this is the only one that you actually need to win the battles for, is to win 14 battles with your full squad of Galactic Republic units. So obviously the most overpowered one that you would want to use here would be your Jedi Master Kenobi and Cat squad if you have it. Gas 501st are also going to be a really good option for you. Shock 501st if you don't want to use gas. And then Padme. So those are going to be kind of your core for Galactic Republic wins while you're going through the sector. The other 3 feats, though, you don't actually need to win for. So you are able to double dip on some of them and pick up a bit of these feats while you're making your way through the sector, and then you can go back and clean it up after the fact. Okay, so Such a Quiet Thing is pretty simple. You just need to defeat 50 enemies with Old Republic units. So again, you don't have to win, you just need to get the kills. These are the types of feats that I really enjoy timing out on, so I will leave the last character alive. That way you aren't going into your stamina. You aren't depleting your stamina because you've technically lost, but because you've lost and or timed out, in that case, you're still getting credit for the kills. So those feats are really great to do against Geonosian squads. They're really great to do against Imperial Trooper squads, Separatist squads, basically anything where there's a revive mechanic or a summoned unit, because particularly with Geos, you can just keep killing the brute over and over again. Or with Night Sisters, you can just keep killing them and letting Daka revive them, and purposely keeping her alive. And that way you can rack up those kills a little bit faster. Beskar Breaker, inflict armor shred 20 times. Again, you don't need to win. This would be really great if you found a squad with nest on it, because she's just going to rack up that protection every time you keep hitting her, so you can just keep inflicting armor shred on her. Same idea if you were to find a squad that has Django on it, because he's going to get damage immunity. If there's a squad with Droideka on it, she's going to have damage immunity. You can just keep racking it up. And again, even if you find a squad that's got summons on it, you can just keep armor shredding the summon. Even if it dies, it's going to come back anyway. So for your characters for armor shred, I would really lean toward using Gas, Cat, or Cam if you have those 3 available. And the reason why I would lean towards those 3 is because they're also Galactic Republic characters, so you can double dip on the Galactic Republic wins if you were to go through and win and rack up your armor shred at the same time. And then Clumsy, you just need to inflict Evasion down 40 times, or attempt to inflict it. And again, you don't need to win. This one, I did not necessarily double dip too much on. I brought in my CLS squad just to kind of push me through the sector while I was waiting for stamina to regenerate, because Chupio can do it on his basic. So when he was assisting, I was getting the evasion down. I did also use Old Ben here. Holdo is great here. Fallen Bastilla is great here. Anything where you're getting evasion down, you don't need to win, and you want to get them as quickly as possible, essentially. So this first little bit here that I did, I started with the Old Republic kills, and one of my favorite ways to do this is to use Jedi Master Luke if you have him as one of your Galactic Legends, just because he can keep deciding who he wants to call to assist. So I added Jedi Knight Revan, Bastilla, and Jolie as my Old Republic characters, and then I added Old Ben because I wanted to double dip on the evasion down at the same time. So basically, I would only call the Old Republic characters to assist with Jedi Master Luke's ability so that the Old Republic characters would always get the kills. And then anytime it was Old Ben's turn, I would just have him basic. So he was just kind of there to get a few evasion downs while I was going through this and racking up the kills with the Old Republic characters instead. So again, he's just there to kind of tag along, and Bastilla, Jolie, and Jedi Knight Revan are the ones that you are hopefully getting all of the kills with. So that is that for them. And then eventually I wanted to start working on my Galactic Republic and Armor Shred. So again, as I was making my way through the sector, I was just trying to find squads that would be good for me to go up against and potentially go back if I had to repeat any nodes to farm these feats basically. And make my way through, which is why I'm always hopping around between all of my squads, because I'm trying not to deplete my stamina too much. So I personally almost always use Gas 501st for the Galactic Republic. It was basically between Gas 501st and Kenobi and Cat for me. The reason being because I wanted to be able to double dip on those armor shreds. So obviously Gas can land the armor shreds, doesn't matter if you win or not, and then Cat can land armor shreds with Kenobi. Again, doesn't matter if you win or not. The win is only necessary for the 14 wins with Galactic Republic, but if you are just trying to get through with the armor shred and get those done, it doesn't matter if you time out. You just kind of just keep going. So he does all of this, and we just kind of keep going. And eventually I go back to Jedi Master Luke. Again, I was just trying to cycle through these as quickly as I could. And eventually, I ended up making my way to the Miniboss. So here, this was the easiest way for me to kind of multitask. I wanted to get a full Galactic Republic squad in here, and I also wanted Mace to survive. So the easiest option is to just take Jedi Master Kenobi. Sorry, I'm blanking on it. And that way you can have him to kind of carry the team. He's going to give damage immunity to Mace because Mace doesn't care, what he's doing in terms of if he's doing any damage or not. He just needs to survive. And damage immunity does not care. So pretty straightforward. I just went through and tried to get through it as quickly as possible with Mace alive. And I just kept giving him damage immunity to make sure he would stay alive. I wanted to go after Beskar Mando first because you don't want his birds to wipe you out. So I would definitely do that right away. And then I just kind of went through who I thought would be the next quote unquote scary character. So I wanted Fennec gone, and eventually I just started picking them off from there. And this way I got a tick towards the Galactic Republic squad because they're all Galactic Republic units. I was getting ticks towards Armor Shred because I took Gas and Cat with me. And then I also got the Mace surviving feat on the Miniboss node. So I was working on 2 of the sector feats 3 of them while I was doing this, which is great. So that is that. And then you can see that way it's done. Miniboss feat is over with. Cool. So Evasion down. This one was the one that I kind of used a bunch of squads for, and I only recorded this one. So I took in Rey in this particular instance just because I wanted to try to get through the node at the same time. So Holdo is the character that you want here. So you don't necessarily need to take Galactic Legend Rey. I just took her, again, I just wanted to get through this node. But Holdo is the one that has Evasion down on her AoE. So that is why I chose to take her and hopefully just get through this node. But I was also using my CLS team because, again, Chupio can do it on basic. And I was using my Darth Revan team because Bastilla Shan can do it. Fallen Bastilla Shan can do it with her Fear. special. So you only need to attempt to inflict evasion down. And because you only have to attempt to inflict it, if you use Bastilla Sean, her fear AoE is technically attempting to inflict it, because when fear expires, they will get evasion down. So even if the characters die beforehand, you've technically attempted to inflict it. So I was getting credit for all 5. So I was using this team. Again, Old Ben underneath the Jedi Master Luke. And if you wanted to, you could just keep calling. This feat is really great if you are going to use Jedi Master Luke to do on a team that has Nest, because you can just keep spamming his ability to hit her and calling the character that has that ability on their basics. So in that case, it would be Old Ben. And he would just keep attempting to inflict evasion down, and you can rack up so many in one battle. Okay, so this this was the one I really wanted to do both feats in one fight. And it is possible. I had to do it in 2, but it is possible. So you need to survive. You basically need to win without losing any characters while one attacker is in your squad. So pretty straightforward. And then the second feat is that you cannot use any support in your squad. So again, the easiest option was to take Kenobi. It also let me double dip on the Galactic Republic squad. So I'm going to take Kenobi, Cat, Gas, and Cam, and Ahsoka, I believe. I might be wrong. No. Kenobi. There we go. So again, they're all Galactic Republic. None of them are support characters. I've got an attacker, at least one attacker. So I figured I'd be able to do both feats in one. But as you can see, my General Skywalker is pretty low in stamina because I was walking through the sector with my Gas 501st team. So it is a little dicey for him, but it's fine. So basically, I just wanted to get through this as quickly as possible, and I wanted to get rid of the characters that were going to be doing most of the damage to me. So that automatically meant that I needed to get rid of Cam. I wanted to get rid of Yoda. I wanted to get rid of Gas. I just wanted to get rid of all of them. So in this first instance, I did lose General Skywalker. I also lost General Kenobi afterwards, but it was a win, so I did get credit for winning without any support in my squad. So I got 1 feat in 1 battle. And then I got really curious if this squad, I was determined that this squad could actually do both in one, which it can. Again, it's because my stamina was so low on General Skywalker. So we're just going to fast forward here a little bit because you get the idea. You're just going after and killing them. But so you can see my General Skywalker really starts hurting. I did give him damage immunity a few times, but he just can't. He can't hang on. So it's totally fine-ish. So at the end, we basically had 3 of them standing, and you do get credit for finishing the boss node, and then again, you got credit for not having support in the squad. And I did actually finish the armor shred at the same time, which is great. So again, like I was saying, I got super curious because I wanted to make sure this feat was totally doable with 1 squad, and it is. So I went in here and I gave General Skywalker some stim packs because I figured why not, out of curiosity. And spoiler alert, it definitely works and you are good to go. With this squad, you can do both of them in 1 fight. So you can go in. Pretty much my tactic was the exact same. I wanted to get rid of someone right away. Because of the modifier on this boss, what ends up happening is if somebody isn't marked, a random ally just gets marked on the enemy team. So I wanted to make sure I was able to kill Cam, and I got really lucky here in the sense that Cam did his first special and taunted anyway, even though Kenobi had Mark. So I was still able to get rid of him. If Mark had gone on to say Grandmaster Yoda instead, I wouldn't have been able to kill Cam first. I probably would have killed Yoda, but you get the idea. So then again, it's just like cycling through it again and making sure we'd be good to go. So super straightforward. I started passing around the damage immunity as much as I could, just to keep everyone alive. I did pop Jedi Master Kenobi's ult early a few times just to kind of give them some protection back. But you get the idea. You just kind of go through it, and they're all standing. Again, because it's the exact same squad I used for the no support feat, you would get both in one battle this way. So I just, got a little impatient and didn't think to use the stim pack first. So that's it. That is Sector 5. So now all we need to do is go back and clean up some nodes and finish some global feats and, farm the rest of the kills. So that's pretty much everything for all of the sectors in this conquest. I'm probably going to put together a quote-unquote post-mortem of everything to remember for these iterations moving forward, because obviously we need to do them 2 more times before it changes again, and then that way we can have one place of all of the information that we will inevitably forget before Conquest comes back. Anyway, if you found this helpful, please let me know. If you were using different teams, let me know. I'm pretty sure as well you can do the Sector 5 boss with Jedi Master Luke, because those feats are very similar to what they were a few conquests ago. My Jedi Master Luke has just been run into the ground stamina-wise. So that's why I didn't do it. Anyway, let me know if it was helpful. Let me know what other teams you're using, and we will see you next time.